first moved to East London, I think it was around 97. And I remember saying to my parents and to my friends, I'm gonna move to East, because I just kept going back every day. And I remember people saying, you're moving to East London? Why? For a designer and for a creative, we could afford to live there, work there. Everything was at our kind of fingertips. So obviously it's changed a lot now. When I first moved there, landlords were saying, okay, take the keys now, give me the money later, kind of thing. It was like that because there were so many derelict buildings and stuff like that, but there was loads of creativity, like loads of artists around. So it was a special time. When I first got there, I moved to, I'm sure you're aware, the bagel shop. I used to live opposite there. So that was my studio and my house. So when I first moved there, I didn't have any money. So I didn't have any furniture. I remember the first day I came there, like the place was just a complete tip. I went out on the street, if you go to the end of Brick Lane, there's a no entry sign, that had fallen off. So I took that sign, cleaned it up, used it as a tabletop, put some underneath it. Everything was very, very raw. I just painted and that was it. It was predominantly fabric stores. And there was a couple of factories as well, like a lot of leather manufacturers, so I know all those guys there as well. So it was good because I was getting my work done, I was learning, I was being in my house and I'd run down to the basement to some of the factories, and it was a really good time. Now, so Princess Street, I used to walk past there every day. And I remember one time I did a photo shoot in there with the Spice Girls in that building. And I remember the call sheet, they were like, I was going to be in a place called Princess Street. I was like, oh, that's why they call it my office. I just find it quite amazing how that's managed to maintain its relevance. So it's quite nice because I always tried to keep that authenticity of real people like DJs, creatives, musicians, models. It was all about just people that I knew, the people that I thought had predominantly good taste. Like, I like it when people bring their own flavor. I think the DIY authenticity thing has always run through my style. I think it, sometimes like I try to pull it back, but I think that's who I am and that's what kind of inspires me. So I discovered the Cloister Gardens when a friend of mine from Hong Kong was here, and he was like, oh, this is this place that I go to, and I was like, okay. I was thinking, oh, you're from Hong Kong and you're telling me, and I went there and I just fell in love with it. I was just like, it was so peaceful, not crowded at all, there's not many people go there, and I've been going ever since because it just enables me to think and just to, sometimes I want to sort of iron out a few things in my mind. I just want to think about a few ideas, and that's what I've realised as time has gone on. Like, you don't always have to be in motion constantly. Sometimes you just have to, as Cusick would say, breathe and stop. I just love the space, the flooring, the buildings, the architecture there. And I think for me, for what I do, like streetwear, it's quite a nice contrast to be photographing products, people there, from the type of style particular style that I like in those environments. I like to come and switch it over. So we've done like a few shoots there, but we always get chased off because you need to have a permit, I think it is. The Silver Building I did a photo shoot there, and I'd never been. I got the train, and as I was going on the train, it just seemed to be going further and further and further away. And I eventually found the space, and it just reminded me of maybe like the old BBC or something like that sort of feeling it had, Still had the original doors, original flooring, the railings, and I just loved it. It's all modernised now, like there's the O2 across the road, there's HSBC, there's Citibank, it's a financial district, and then this is what's happening over here. And I just love that contrast. I think that's the beauty of it. I'm not sure how long it's going to remain for, but while it is here, I'll embrace. It's quite a special place, really. I think, I travel all over like many people, but I think there's nowhere really like London. Everything goes in London. Like, there's nothing's unusual. Like, that's always been a big part. Sometimes I might go and sit in Hyde Park and just watch people. You just sit at the station and everyone's just coming out, everyone's in a rush, and you see so many things, and it's like, I'll take one thing away from that and say, okay, that's what I'm gonna do.